Now, Mr. Armstrong, you are recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thanks to everyone sitting here. We have a big close-up group program in North Dakota, and our high school kids are out here over the course of the last 3 weeks. And my favorite thing in the entire time I'm in this town is when I see young people becoming engaged in things, whether I agree with them, disagree with them, or anything. I think it's fantastic. I think you bring a perspective that we oftentimes lack hearing from when we are in this town. And so as we go through this, I am from North Dakota. We are we produce the world's food, we produce the world's energy. So trying to figure out how you want to make sure that we keep these competing interests at play is sometimes interesting. So I called the smartest kid I know, who I used to coach as a 12-year-old in baseball, and he submitted a letter, which when I'm done, I'm going to ask for unanimous consent to put in the record, but I know I don't always read those, so I am going to read, we will get you one. So I'm just going to read the letter from my good friend Tanner Hopfoff. Dear Congressman Armstrong, I am writing to share my input in response to the Select Committee on the Climate Crisis announced hearing entitled Generation Climate, Young Leaders Urge Climate Action Now. The hearing is described as a contrast to a typical congressional hearing. The committee will hear from young leaders who are urging policy leaders to take climate action now and finally address climate crisis. I work in the oil and gas industry in North Dakota, and I consider myself a young leader who would be directly impacted by climate action being discussed in Congress. This is a complex issue, so I hope the committee will consider my perspective, which is shared by many young leaders throughout the country who may not be represented at the hearing today. I grew up in southwestern North Dakota in the rural town of Dickinson. I attended K through 12 here and graduated from Dickinson High School in May of 2014. While in high school, I decided I wanted to pursue a degree in engineering with the increase in activity and opportunities presented by the oil and gas industry, I knew petroleum engineering was my goal. Once I learned that the University of North Dakota offered a bachelor's degree in petroleum engineering, I applied and was accepted. While attending UND, I was fortunate enough to have an internship during each of the 3 summers, 2 of which were in western North Dakota. Upon graduating in 2018, I accepted a position with an exploration and production company and have been there since. My career thus far and educational decisions would have been drastically different were it not for the oil and gas industry in my community. My story is not unique. Before the oil and gas industry became established, many young adults from rural North Dakota were forced to look for jobs and career opportunities out of state after graduating. Simply put, the jobs that offered long-term career advancement that would appeal to young adults entering the workforce did not exist in North Dakota. As a result, our rural communities were shrinking and we're losing our small-town culture and way of life so many had enjoyed for generations. The oil and gas industry has completely changed this outlook. Local citizens now have the opportunity to go to work and have careers in the areas they have always called home. This industry has provided a spark to our communities and has given a breath of life back to them. Communities that have been shrinking for many years have now begun to grow and prosper. People are choosing to move and live in rural North Dakota because of the careers that are now available. Additionally, local residents now have the ability to remain in their hometown while having successful and meaningful careers. The boom in the economy has provided so much for the individuals that are working directly in the industry, but it has also positively influenced the way of life for all citizens living in the area and even in the entire state. Rural citizens have benefited from increased infrastructure, advancing education systems, and additional sources of entertainment. So many things that rural North Dakotans would have never thought possible are to be available in their communities now are available because of this industry. The oil and gas industry is reshaping North Dakota and the economy at the local and the state level. The industry has put North Dakota on the map and continues to provide many opportunities for rural North Dakotans. Without this industry, our economies would cease to grow, job opportunities would no longer be abundant, and once again, local citizens would be forced to look out of state for career opportunities. I stand behind the oil and gas industry and will continue to support its involvement in the rural North Dakota communities. I'm proud to have grown up in western North Dakota. I am proud to have graduated from college in eastern North Dakota, and I am proud to be an active member of the workforce that the industry has established in North Dakota. The oil and gas industry in North Dakota has revolutionized the way we extract oil and gas from the land and has an incredible record of post-production reclamation. We live where we work, and we take our environmental stewardship very seriously. And there's another paragraph, but in the interest of time, I just ask for unanimous consent to enter this letter into the record.
Without objection.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Armstrong.